I was just going to start this a different way, but because they had shown me a pattern, but I think they just showed me another pattern that had to go with that one. Oh, man. You know how you've heard in the Bible they talk about like sacrificing, and they'll name like animals, like a ram, a sheep, a young bull. You know, I take these as like stubborn or sweet, right? Easily follows. And, oh, how can I say it? It's like, oh man, you're just going to have to forgive me. I'm just going to have to tell you what's coming through. It's like, you know, when you work directly with unconditional love, it does feel like you're going through the fire sometimes. It really does. Because it's hard to face those truths. It's hard to face those demons and those fears. It's hard to wake up to a new reality because you always believed the old lie. You believed that old lie was true. So it's really challenging to shatter these things. And, and so, and yet it's such a blessing, right? Like, unconditional love has definitely been very patient with me as I've been trying to interpret and translate and understand what they're showing me, taking me to, teaching me, all these things. And it's like some days it's like I feel like I'm running 6 marathons, and other days I'm like, I'm so used to running the 6 marathons. Is it okay that I take a break? Like I feel almost weird taking a break. It's like this, it can be quite a thing. And yet so grateful for it, right? So grateful for that opportunity. So grateful I answered the call. So grateful I was chosen. So grateful I was sacrificed. So grateful I was shunned or the scapegoat. So grateful that, in other words, we could say it so many different ways because people see it from so many different angles, and I'm sure they all experience it in many different ways. And it's like, how strong is their belief? And it's like their faith in oneself, their belief in oneself. And oh man, sorry, there's so much that's coming through right now. Please slow down a little. Let me try to get this. So it's kind of like once you've made it through the fire, they took me someplace. Oh man, I wish I remember now. It was something about once you're in your own land, meaning once you're reconnected with your higher self, you are aligned in your own body. Something about it's like give thanks, give a sacrifice to love, to the fire, right? To the, it's like, but you can, it's funny because you can hear it upside down, like send them their next victim, right? Because on one hand, it's torment, it's torture, it's tough, it's a challenge, it's no joke. And yet it's the biggest blessing in the world, right? So if you keep your faith in yourself and your love for oneself when honoring oneself, and they will continue to teach you and strengthen you there, you'll make it through. But they also show many do not. So it is like a risk. It's a challenge. And yet when you're the one who makes it through, you're so fucking grateful that you do want to, it's like offer your best, meaning the one you love the most, ironically, right? It's like, because you can hear it on both ends. And, but because you believe in them so much too, and you love them so much, and you want them to have their eyes and ears opened. And they were taking me to a few places where it was like something about, I think it was like Egypt and Levites, I think. Something about firstborn, they scrapped. They don't want them, they'll take the second. It was something about that. But what was interesting to me about that was the taking the secondborn is theirs was, again, the blessing or the curse. It's the blessing if you can make it through. It's the curse if you cannot. And many cannot. So then it becomes the curse. And they were showing something like that. So it was like a pattern they were showing me, and it was the secondborn. And then it was like, oh my God, it is. Like, that was the case. Like the first are scrapped. They're the pretenders. It's like they're that, not, what was it? It wasn't pretenders. It was like it was something. It was like, it's not the placeholders. I can't see what they're showing. It's like the decoy. It's like everybody assumes it's them, and it is not. And yet, the second born has, by way of like tradition or curse or however you want to say it, hasn't been able to break the generational curse, right? Because it had been a curse because they couldn't make it through. And so when one does, it's like they're the breakout star. It's something about all this. They've been showing that for quite some time. And so I had seen similar patterns that I was recognizing for quite some time. And they were kind of summing it all up. And I just find it also fascinating. I find it fascinating when, one could argue one's ego goes to look to find the answers, right, to confirm itself. Maybe. Yet I'm taken to these places and these locations and to these spots to read and whatnot. It's fascinating to me. It's like to read this stuff in the Bible that is still the case today, or has happened, or has come true, or has followed that pattern is, some of the stuff is obvious, right? It's the same stuff everybody teaches that they've been teaching, and it's been said in the Bible a million times. Some of it's just the broad strokes, obvious stuff. But other stuff in the fine details is like freaky accurate, like scary accurate. Like, that's wild. That's wild, right? Like, oh shit. Like, that's the stuff that I think I have found fascinating and jarring. That's it. It's like it's jarring to your nervous system because you're like, holy shit. Holy shit. I was going to say, because I never knew that before, never read that before, never saw that before, right? It's like you'd think I would have going to 12 years of Catholic school, but I was in such a state of flight, freeze, fawn, fight for so long. I always say all of them because I've been all of them. And you never know which one's going to show up. One of the 4 Fs, 5 Fs, God knows how many Fs they have now. So it's like I don't recall so much of that time. But you do recall some of the not so good stuff. Anyway, sorry, they're showing me so much over here that is just fascinating to me. Just fascinating. Fascinating. I don't even know what the point was to this one because I came on to say something else, and literally as soon as I hit play, they showed me another pattern, but it was part of this pattern. And it's like, I am intrigued. I am. It's, Very interesting, because it is a matter of, do I need to decode it further? Which, let's not get me stuck in my head. And yet at the same time, like sometimes I'm a little jarred, only because it's shocking. It's like, oh, what? Oh my God. Because there's some stuff you don't believe, or like didn't believe could be true, or it was like we've talked about before, like, so there's so many times when I'll hear about like black magic or spells or stuff like that. I get spooked, I get scared, I get like whatever. And then I'll decode it and I'll understand and I'll relax and understand, right? Like it's basically lower energies and then working with lower energies, right? It's like people who are coming from a space of anger or hatred or jealousy or lack. They're basically all coming from lack. And then when you're coming from lack, you conjure up lack and you work with lack, and it's like, whew. And it's like, I know how it feels to be down there, right? So it's like, I'm not interested in partaking in it. And so it's like, you just have to rise above the fray, so to speak, right? Like not participate in it. All that said, it talks about in the Bible how there's these contracts, right, with the universe, and how it's like there's universal law that is in charge of it all, and it's unconditional love overseeing it all. But then there are, just forgive this, it is like gods, right? Because it's like the one and only is unconditional love, source, Allah. It's the one and only. It's the highest vibration. It's the highest energy. But then there are all the lower energies, but there can be like the king of the castle of that energy, right, so to speak. So maybe that's a better way to visualize it or understand it or speak about it, where it's like there's the greatest of all, which is the one and only. That's it. There's nothing higher or greater, and will never be, because it's forever expanding and is the outer reach. So as we grow and expand, so does it. So it's not possible for it to not be the greatest of all, right? Unconditional. It's untouchable. It's unfathomable. And yet all the vibrations below it, we can say, just for visualization and understanding and verbiage, we can call them gods too, but they're all lesser gods, and they'll all always be lesser gods. So the goal is to always reach for unconditional love and follow the rules of the universal law and unconditional love. And yet, understanding it the way I'm saying, it's almost like you can maybe understand that through the Bible as it speaks of such, of these people who were, reaching for unconditional love, and what comes through is the highest vibration they can reach. And so they might be calling their vibration, what's coming through, that prophet, that vision, that whatever, is whatever vibration they were able to reach. So whatever God they were able to reach. And they might not have been able to reach unconditional love, right? So it's just the highest vibration that they could attain and hold and withstand. And so then they follow those laws, thinking that they had reached unconditional love. You see what I'm saying? And it explains like what all their rules are, and how you get enslaved to those different set of rules and those different set of. And so when you read through and see these different contracts and how many years and how you get tossed aside, this and that, and you can decode it, it's like, holy shit, that's legit, right? You're like, oh my God, I don't know. And yeah, it's like the only thing that can break the curse is unconditional love, right? Is that pure kiss, right? It is that loving oneself so fully and completely, reuniting with your higher self and getting in direct connection. And you have to be able to withstand and hold that vibration, which, it is when you connect directly, it is so blissful. And so many of us have, I think probably everybody has at some point in their life. It's just, have they acknowledged, recognized it, sustained it? Was it a fleeting second, or was it for some time? Like all these things. And we could go on this for quite some time. It's fascinating. it's fascinating how they're showing it, and interesting how I'm translating it, and I hope I'm doing a good enough job of such, right? Because it is always tricky to translate all of this and understand all of this and verbalize all of this in hopes to help others empower themselves and love themselves and honor themselves and recognize that is the best gift you can give to yourself and to others. And it can be challenging because you are facing all these other gods. You have to break through those limits, those barriers where you can be deceived by them in the sense that they could be at a much higher level than you've ever been able to hold or withstand, and so you mistaken it for unconditional love, and you have to bust through that illusion and the next illusion and the next illusion, and it keeps going. And so, every time it's a new level, it is a new devil until you bust all the way through to limitlessness, and that only lasts for such time until your ego grasps to an identity once more, bringing you back down. Yeah. Very interesting. Okay. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.